Hey everyone! So I'm super excited to be sitting here doing this get ready with me. I don't have a lot of time to get ready, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. So I'm just gonna pin up my hair and start priming my face. I'm really excited to go out with the girls tonight. I never get to really go out since I'm such a homebody. So super excited to go out tonight. I recently just picked up this primer. It's the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I'm gonna be trying this out today. I've heard really good things about it. Amanda Ensing here on YouTube, she raves about it. So I'm really excited to try this and really press it into the skin. So I'm just going to move on to foundation, and recently I've been really loving the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. I'm in the shade 204 Natural Buff. Love this stuff. I'm really usually dry with my skin, so I have been loving this since it just gives a natural glow rather than any matte foundation. I cannot stand any of the matte foundations just because it's so drying and it clings to all of my dry patches, specifically like around my chin and my nose area. Like I hate that. So I always usually shoot for a luminous, dewy, glowy, all of the above foundation. And I'm just going to be mixing some of the MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Gold Light with my foundation. I just find that it shears out the foundation just a tad, just so it's not as cakey, and it adds a little bit of extra luminosity. And then I'm also going to be putting some of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops, and then this is in the shade Moonlight. I'm just going to add one drop of this in there because this shit glows. Like you're gonna get all of your money's worth out of this thing when you purchase it because it lasts so long. I've had it for probably a month now and I haven't even used a fourth of it. So I'm just gonna be mixing that up like a little mini cocktail on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to dot this all over my face. Then I'm also going to be spraying some of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water on top of the foundation that I have set here, just to help it blend easier and prime as well. I love this stuff during the summertime because it's just so refreshing and makes everything super dewy. So I'm going to start pouncing that into my skin. Don't mind that this foundation is obviously fairly darker than my skin right now, just because I bought this at the peak of summertime when I was at my tannest, and now I haven't been sitting in the sun as much, so I'm a little fair compared to how I was in the beginning of summertime. But once I put in my concealer on my face, it'll all even out perfectly. Just trust me, promise. I promise it will all work out in the end. Alright, so now I'm going to go and conceal. I love the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I use two different shades. I use shade 10 Light and then 15 Fair. These are known as the dupes for the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS, and I am not partial to the NARS concealer just because I find that it's a lot drier than these are, and so these are like 1/3 of the price of those NARS concealers, so I tend to just go for these instead of anything else. So I love how they blend out. They're just so creamy. So I'm just gonna use the darker shade to conceal any of my pimples, and then I'll use the lighter shade to just highlight the points of my face that I want to be brighter. A couple friends over here. And then I'm just gonna blend that out with my concealer. concealer, or my concealer, my freaking beauty blender. There we go. Now I'm going to use the lighter shade to just highlight some of the points on my face, like the center of the chin, the upper lip, down the bridge of the nose, and the forehead. Just gonna blend this out on the other side of my beauty blender now. I love how everything starts to look once you add concealer, a lighter concealer, I guess I should be more specific. It just makes everything more dimensional rather than flat, and I just love how it all comes together. Alright. Now I also picked up this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I've had this for a long time. I just picked up a new one because I ran out of my other one. I've used it. It lasted me so long. I used it for probably about a year maybe, and this stuff is just awesome. And if I forget to mention anything in this video, I'll make sure to put it in the description box down below, so make sure you check the links down there and everything will be listed down there. So I got you, girl, don't worry. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this on the dark circles under my eyes. This stuff works so well. Like, if I could have anything, if I was stranded on an island and I could only have like one thing to take with me, it would probably be this, just because it works so well, and I naturally have dark circles under my eyes anyways, and when you blend it out, you'll see in a second, when you blend it out, it looks so natural, and it has reflecting properties, so when you're looking at me when I blend it out, the light is hitting those reflective properties and it's bouncing the light back towards you. So when you look at me, it looks like I don't have any dark circles at all. It's like basically like an optical illusion. That's what's going on with this situation right here. And it just looks so natural compared to, you know, the opaqueness of the actual concealer when I put that on afterwards. So if I could have one thing to take with me, oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Get it together, Hayley. If I could take one thing with me on an island, it would probably be the Becca Under Eye Correcting. What is this called? The Under Eye Brightening Corrector by Becca. Holy shit. Okay. Jeez. Are you snoring? Are you snoring back there? My dog. Okay, you can't even see. Well, she is burrowed in a big, humongous plush blanket right here, and she's snoring right now. She's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I love her so much. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that under eye corrector out. There we go. But see how like natural and brightened my under eye looks now compared to how it was in the beginning? Like, it's just it's wonderful. I love it. I can't even put into words. Like, it's just my favorite thing ever. Okay, now that I have that on, I'm going to go ahead and conceal underneath of my eyes. I usually do one eye at a time just so it doesn't dry out, so I can take my time on that one eye. I like to bring the concealer up towards the tail of my brow just for an extra lifted effect rather than stopping here at the end of my eye. I like to bring it up all the way up here for the extra brightness. I'm going to add a little bit extra on my eyelid, like I said, to prime for the eyeshadow that we're going to be doing in just a second. I'm having a hard time figuring out how all of the gurus or influencers do their makeup in these small, compact mirrors. I'm so used to having my ring light in front of me, or my, you know, like my lighted mirror. And so that's what you keep on seeing me jump back and forth from this little compact mirror and my lighted mirror up on the vanity right here. I keep on wanting to look in it out of habit, that I know that I'm filming right now, so I need to like stay with my compact mirror, but it's just so difficult when I have two mirrors in front of me. I naturally gravitate towards that ring light. Like, look at the difference that makes. From this eye that's concealed to this eye that's not concealed. I mean, it has the under eye corrector, but which still looks bomb, but holy crap, there is definitely a difference. Maybe you can't tell on camera, but holy shnikes. I think we are ready to bake. Okay, so I'm going to be baking underneath the eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, like always. I just ordered the RCMA no color powder, and it's in the mail right now, but I'm not exactly fond of the Laura Mercier. That's the only one I've ever really tried, so I've just stuck with it, but I find it to be super dry on my eyes, particularly under them, because I naturally do have dry skin. Oh my gosh, Hayley, you need to use your freaking compact mirror. Fuck with you. Now that my eyes and nose are all set, I'm going to be setting the rest of my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. That's a mouthful. In the shade 2 Medium. This is what that looks like. This is what the packaging looks like. So sleek and so pretty. Sorry, mine has a whole bunch of fingerprints over it. But all the influencers are raving about this right now too. Your girl had to get it. Had to. Basically, anything that Jaclyn Hill, Desi Perkins, Amanda Ensing, and there's one other one, Manny MUA. Basically any of those people, if they tell me to buy something, you best believe I'm gonna freaking buy it, because your girl trusts their opinion 110%, and this is something that Desi Perkins told all of her influencers that they needed in their makeup collection, so I had to get it. Not to mention, I usually use the MAC Studio Fix powder, and I was running out of that, so I just had to replenish my stock, and I just wanted to change it up a little bit, so. Alright, now I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion to bronze up my face. Hit pan a little bit on this as well. Love this. I've had it for probably about a year now. I've only gone through this much. I mean, obviously it's hit pan, but for a year, that's a long time for this to last. But I do love it. I have a good shade. I don't know what shade this is in. I think it rubbed off, but I'd like to pat my bronzer rather than swiping, because I feel like when you swipe, it like moves the foundation and the concealer. I mean, even though we already set it with a powder, for me personally, I just feel like it smooths a little bit. It's hard to explain, like it's just not as flawless when I swipe, so I like to pat in my bronzer rather than swiping. Alright, now I'm going to do a little bit of blush. I've been loving this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party. Just gonna put this on the apples of my cheeks. I just love how blush brings the face to life. Like it gives it color. Obvi, Hayley. Jeez. Okay, now that we have the blush on, I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight too. A little bit. Yeah, let's be real. We're gonna douse ourselves in some highlight. I'm using Becca's Champagne Pop. Hit pan in this as well. Love this stuff. Oh my gosh. Jaclyn Hill hit it out of the park with this highlighter. This is all I use basically. Sometimes I use something, this highlight from Tarte, but for the most part, this is all I use. So you ready? 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 Oh, bitch. You ready for the other side? Ooh, girl. Yes. I'm gonna do my brows off camera just because I hate doing them on camera. If you guys want a brow tutorial, like and comment below that you want one and I'll for sure do it. I just don't have time to do it today because I'm getting ready and I only have like 30 minutes left and I need to do my hair and everything else. So I just don't have time for it today. But if you want a brow tutorial, comment below and I'll for sure do it. Okay, so I just did my brows off camera. This is how I typically do them. So now we're just gonna get right into the eyeshadow. I don't have much time. I have like 15-20 minutes. So I'm just gonna get into those really quickly. If you guys want to see a tutorial using this palette, comment below and say what colors you guys would like to see using this, and I can totally do that for you. I already have one in mind. I kind of think I want to do like a rusty color, like over in this color scheme over here, rusty browns. I have an idea that that's what I want to do with this, but let me know, reassure me if that's what you guys want to see. If you want to see a color using the blues, the greens over here, smoky eye, anything, just let me know. So first thing I'm gonna do is take my Morphe R37, so just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna be taking these two colors right here. I'm gonna mix them. This is what I usually do from like my transition shades. And I'm just going to, ooh, that was a little powdery. I'm just going to be like sloppily putting this in the outside crease area just to get a base color going. Here, let me zoom in. See, look at her. Isn't she just like one of the cutest things you've ever seen in your entire life? You're so cute. Got your little half nest going. You want me to cover you? I can cover you all the way. Smoke and mirrors with this whole outfit too, by the way. Totally have like pajama pants on the bottoms. But like I said, I'm just gonna take these two colors, tap off the excess, and just kind of sloppily windshield wiper circular motions put it in my crease, kind of dragging it out past the crease over here to the end of tail of my eye, just because I'm going to be connecting the bottom part of my eyeshadow on my lower lash line. But I just kind of want to get a good transition base in here right now. Like I said, very sloppily doing this because it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just kind of a base to get the colors to blend really well once we start doing darker colors. Okay, now that I have that transition shade down, this step is just super repetitive and super easy, but it looks really nice afterwards once you have everything down. But we're just going to be repeating the same exact step, but just with darker colors gradually going on. So I'm just going to take a shade darker than the transition shades that we just used. So I'm going to be using this darker shade right here in the palette, if you can see, with an angled eyeliner brush. These brushes work really well for this technique. So definitely tap off the excess because I already did my foundation and stuff like that, and I don't want to ruin everything with fallout. But you just want to take this shade and kind of trace the outer third of the eye with shadow. Just kind of want to put a good base down, and we're going to blend this out too, so don't worry about that. But you just want the outer third of the eye. So you see how it kind of like already starts to make that cat eye kind of lift. Blend that out. Instead of using circular motions with this technique and blending out, I just typically just go back and forth along the lash line to blend out rather than circular, because circular is going to bring it up towards the crease, and we just want this strictly horizontal back and forth, because we don't want to bring the product up higher necessarily. We just kind of more so just want to blur it. I usually like flipping the direction of this angled brush, so like when I'm working up here, I like having the point at the top, but then when I work towards down the bottom of the eye, I flipped my brush so I can stroke up rather than stroking down. This helps with dispersing the product, and then also it helps to not tug on the skin of your eye. Okay, then I'm going to take a darker shade. We're moving darker now. So we just used this color right here. Right here. I think I want to use this darker shade up here, right here. It's like a milk chocolate brown, kind of like Max Swiss chocolate. And then I'm going to do the same exact technique. Like I said, we're just repeating what we did before, just moving to darker shades. So I'm going to be lining that outer third of the eye, flipping my brush. Now I'm going to be pushing the product up, get into that lower corner. And you want the product to be rounded out, so you just don't want to go straight down. You kind of want to make it an oval shape over here to continue like what your eye would look like. So we just used this shade right here, and we're going to use the one exactly above this one. This is like a true chocolate color. So I'm just going to be using the Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush, and I'm going to be repeating the same steps on the bottom. And again, with the lower lash line, we're only taking it about 1/3 of the way. We're not going to go all the way because we kind of want to just keep that cat eye lifted effect on the outer corner. Just a Morphe E36 pencil brush. It's just this itty bitty pencil brush. And I'm just going to blend that out. Moving up here to this milk chocolate shade. The true chocolate shade with the flat definer brush. This one I'm not going to take nearly as far. I didn't actually do about 1/3. I went a little overboard. Went about halfway. This one I'm actually going to stay 1/3 since it's a little darker than the rest. I'm just going to add some nude liner now. This one is from Rimmel. It's all worn off, so I don't know exactly what it's called, but I know that it's from Rimmel. The Scandalize, that's what it says. Scandalize, I think. I'm just going to add this into my waterline. I don't want to use black today. I just kind of want to use the nude to open the eyes. See how different that looks? It looks so much nicer than black would look. For the top lashes, I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. Love this. I've purchased this maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been using it ever since, and I love it. I absolutely love this stuff. It's very similar to the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, but way cheaper, like half the price. Just going to add a light coat. I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm not doing lashes today. I never wear lashes because my lashes are naturally pretty long. So I just like to stick natural. Perfect. Then I'm just going to add mascara on my lower lash lines. I use a different mascara for my lower lash lines than I do for my upper. This is the Rimmel Lash Accelerator in black. And I love this for my lower lash line. I love a skinnier wand rather than just a basic wand. I love and I'm so envious of Jaclyn Hill's lower lash line. Oh my gosh, her lashes on her lower lash line are literally goals. If you have not seen them, just Google them and they'll pop up. It's just, they're amazing. This is the Bobbi Brown High Shimmer Lip Gloss in the shade Bare Sparkle. It has kind of like a pink hue but with gold reflex. Oh, I love it. It looks so good. It has a slight sparkle. Other than that, I don't know if it recorded, but I sprayed my face with the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray to set my makeup. Oh, I've got a hair right here. An Opie hair. Get that off. Oh, there we go. Other than that, I think we are done. So I just threw on this top. I mean, I guess I've had it on the whole entire time, but This is the look that I've been wearing like non-stop recently whenever I go out. I don't go out very often, but when I do, this is the look that I go for. It's definitely a smoky eye